Hello and welcome. You hear about the AI revolution literally every single day, right? But what's actually powering it? What are the core technologies that are turning all that code into these incredible, world-changing capabilities? Well, today, we're going to pop the hood and take a look inside. All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at the engines of intelligence, the real nuts and bolts. Then, we'll see what amazing capabilities those engines unlock. After that, we'll dive into how AI is being used in the real world, and finally, we'll take a peek at what's just over the horizon. So, first up, the engines of intelligence. This is where we break down the fundamental building blocks that really make everything else in the world of AI possible. Let's get into it. At the very heart of pretty much all modern AI is machine learning. You can think of it as this fundamental shift in how we program. See, instead of writing super detailed step-by-step instructions, we're building systems that actually learn how to do things by finding patterns in massive amounts of data. They literally get better on their own.
So, how does a machine actually learn? Well, it mainly comes down to three flavors. First, there's supervised learning. That's kind of like studying with flashcards, where the answers are already on the back. Then you've got unsupervised learning. Imagine giving the AI a giant jumbled box of photos and just saying, find groups of similar things. And finally, there's reinforcement learning, which is a lot like training a puppy. It learns by getting rewarded for doing the right thing.
But here's the thing. All this learning requires an absolutely insane amount of computing power. For decades, the complex math was a huge bottleneck for regular computer processors, CPUs, which basically handle tasks one at a time. The big breakthrough, it came from the world of video games, GPUs. They were designed for graphics, but their ability to run thousands of calculations all at once, that's the massive parallel processing, was the exact rocket fuel modern AI had been waiting for. Now, if machine learning is the engine, deep learning is like the supercharged high-performance version. It uses these really complex, multi-layered neural networks to learn directly from raw data, stuff like images or sound. And here's the magic part. It figures out the important features all on its own. No human handholding required. Okay, so within deep learning, there are a few star players, a few key designs that you see everywhere. Transformers are the absolute workhorses behind models like ChatGPT. Their secret sauce is something called self-attention, which lets them understand context in a really deep way. Then you have CNNs, which are the specialists for anything visual, processing images to recognize objects. And of course, there are the generative models. They're the artists, powering tools like DALL-E to create totally new content from nothing. So we've got the engines, we've got the architecture. Now let's look at what they can actually do. This next part is all about AI's core capabilities, how all this tech allows it to actually perceive, understand, and interact with our world. The first huge capability is natural language processing, or NLP. This is basically the science of teaching computers our language. And we're not just talking about recognizing words, but understanding grammar, context, sentiment, even sarcasm, all the messy human stuff. You're using NLP constantly, probably without even realizing it. It's the smarts behind virtual assistants like Siri and Alexa. It's the magic in real-time translation apps. And it's the tech that lets companies sift through thousands of reviews to see how people feel about a product. Okay, next up is computer vision. If NLP gives AI a voice, then computer vision gives it eyes. This is what lets machines see, to process images and videos, identify what's in them, and actually make sense of the visual world around us. And the impact of this is just massive. Computer vision is what lets your phone unlock with your face. It helps a self-driving car see a pedestrian. And incredibly, it even helps doctors analyze medical scans like X-rays to spot diseases earlier and more accurately. And finally, we have robotics and embodied AI. This is where that digital intelligence gets a physical body. The AI acts as the brain, allowing robots, drones, and self-driving cars to not just see the world, but to physically move and act within it. So we have the engines, and we have the core capabilities. Now let's see how they're all coming together to reshape our world as we speak, focusing on a few key areas. In transportation, AI is an absolute game changer. It's the core technology in self-driving vehicles, of course, using computer vision to navigate complex roads. But it's also working behind the scenes, optimizing traffic lights for an entire city in real time to cut down on traffic jams for everyone. The impact in healthcare is just profound. And I think this quote from Johnson & Johnson really gets to the heart of it. It's not just about crunching numbers. It's about using AI to make healthcare more accessible and more effective for actual human beings.
Education is another area that's being completely rethought. These intelligent tutoring systems can create a unique, personalized learning path for every single student, adapting on the fly, and even providing real-time support for kids from different linguistic backgrounds.
So we've seen the engines, the capabilities, and the real-world impact. But where is all this actually heading? Let's turn to the future, because this is where we get to the really big questions on the road ahead. The big, sci-fi sounding goal for many is artificial general intelligence, or AGI, an AI with human-level smarts. But when does it get here? Well, predictions are all over the place. You have some technologists who think it could happen by the end of this decade, but a lot more researchers put the odds at about 50-50 by the year 2060. The honest truth? Nobody really knows.
And that uncertainty leads us to what might be the most important question of our lifetime. As we build these systems that could become much, much smarter than us, how do we make absolutely sure they understand our values and are working towards our goals? That is the AI alignment problem in a nutshell.
Now, the good news is that the major AI labs are taking this incredibly seriously. Companies like OpenAI, Google DeepMind, Anthropic, and Meta, they're all developing and publishing these detailed safety frameworks. They're creating actual structured plans to try and manage the risks as these systems get more and more powerful.
So, what's the crucial takeaway from all this? AI isn't some kind of magic. It's a stack of specific, powerful technologies. It all starts with hardware breakthroughs like GPUs, gets supercharged by machine learning, and results in these amazing new capabilities that are having a very real impact on our world right now.
And I'll leave you with this final thought. Every bit of data we create, every online interaction, every book ever written, it all becomes part of the training data for these systems. AI is fundamentally learning from humanity. So the final question really isn't just about what AI can do, it's about what we are teaching it,